So my main topic today is a would you rather game.
Okay.
All right. So I'm thinking of kind of the gigging musician. All right. There are two paths that most musicians take, and sometimes it depends on the music that you play. Would you rather have a clean amp and have all the drive pedals that you would need, or would you rather have like a Marshall Plexi sound, use your volume to kind of get where you need it? What would you rather have? Would you rather have that clean bass or the dirty bass?
You know, I think I would rather have a dirty bass sound and use my volume to get where I want to be. But I think realistically, for the gigs I'm playing and what's going on now, I'm going to prefer the clean bass with multiple drives.
Okay.
But I really want to use most of the drive from the amp and drive sounds.
Right.
But I don't think that it's applicable to most of the gigs I'm playing now.
Okay.
Which gives me the ability to switch up what kind of drive sound I've got, gives me the ability to do a lot of those things. I think earlier on, I was more on the side of a dirty amp is where I like to be, and I would just use boost pedals to jump up from there.
Mm-hmm.
But as years have gone on, and I wasn't really using my volume knob that well, I was just using boost pedals basically as a volume knob, which I didn't know better then. But now, as time goes on, I enjoy clean platforms more and more, which I never thought I would say.
Right.
So yeah, for me on this, I guess if I have to choose one or the other, I'm picking clean platform.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, yeah, it's going to totally depend on your gigs that you got going on. I'd say if I could only have one, like there's one option for the rest of my life, you have to go clean with pedals. Like the fact that you always start with dirt and you'd roll back your volume, over time it would just get to you, especially if you're playing really clean like stuff, if you're doing John Mayer type stuff, if you're doing early country stuff, like just wouldn't work. So for the rest of my life, I would have to do the clean with pedals. But I'm kind of like you. If it was my own music and my own style that I like to play, which is Black Crowes, Allman Brothers, that type of stuff, I'd choose the dirty amp every single time.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know anymore. I like an amp on the edge of breakup, not quite super clean and not quite super dirty. So maybe I fall in between technically.
Right.
But yeah, the more as time goes on, I like the cleaner platforms, and I can kind of adjust my sounds from there. Even for my own preference now, I think the more I think about it, the more I lean that way. The more I don't want a super dirty sound.
You know what's funny is when I was younger,
Unless it's a Marshall.
well, there you go. What's funny is when I was younger, I always thought like, I was big into heavy metal, so I was like Ubershaw all the way. And now that's got a clean and dirty channel, or a super dirty channel. And like I thought I could have best of both worlds. But the more I get to know amps and kind of how things work, I think a single channel just does a really good job. Clean amp is the way to go with headroom.
Yeah.
So
I think single channel amp, getting into that discussion is a whole nother discussion for another week.
yeah, that's fair.
So we'll get into that another time.
Okay.
So what's you guys' preference? Do you like the clean platforms, or you guys like to work the overdrive amp with your volume knob?
Yep.
See you guys next week.
See ya.